Hello guys, for the last time this season, it's championship predictions for the final day of the season. I want to start off by saying a massive thank you for your brilliant support through the season. Anyone that's not already subscribed, please do make sure to get involved as we're pushing for 30,000 subscribers by the end of May. And let's end on a big one, Soph. 566 likes on this one. Hit that like button, do subscribe. Like I say, it's the final one. We will have playoff predictions for you next week, but a lot of teams won't be involved until next season now. I'm joined by Sophie. How you doing?
I'm good, but I always hate it when the season ends.
I know, but hopefully for Coventry,
It's not over yet.
we've still got a couple of games to go. Just to let you guys know, before we come on to the fixtures, the running order, we're going to go through the games that have not got anything riding on them first and finish off with the games that have got a lot on them at the end of the episode. Let's start off at St Andrews, Sophie. Birmingham City take on the promoted Sheffield United. It's Sheffield United's last game in the Championship for this season. It'll be interesting to see how they get on in the Premier League next year. I think they'll want to end on a high. We saw Birmingham City at the CBS last week and a little bit disappointing.
Very disappointing
from them.
Yeah.
I think Sheffield United will be able to take 3 points from St Andrews. I think on a whole, both teams can be happy with their seasons. Birmingham City have stayed up. Sheffield United have gone up. You know, they'll be more happy than the Blues, obviously.
Yeah.
But let's go for a bit of fun. Birmingham 1, Sheffield United 3.
Yeah, I can see this being maybe a tighter game purely because I think Sheffield United are just going to rest players now. They've got nothing to play for at all, so why risk any injuries? With Blues being at home, I can see him getting a goal, but I don't see him getting anything from it. So 2-1 to the Blades.
2-1 to the Blades. Okay, interesting. Next up, it's going to be another bit of a carnival atmosphere as we go to Turf Moor for Burnley's final game in the Championship this year. They take on Cardiff City. Once again, both sides, they can be happy with what they've done. Burnley obviously have won the league, so they'll be over the moon, and they could still get up to over 100 points with a win here. Cardiff City have stayed up this season. They did lose to Huddersfield last time out, but they've done what they needed to. Burnley are going to want to put a show on, aren't they? I feel like there'll be quite a relaxed environment. I don't think Cardiff need to come and stick to a solid game plan. I think it's going to be quite open, and I think Burnley are going to win their final game of the Championship season 3-0.
Okay, yeah, I see a Burnley 2-0 win. As you say, they don't really have anything to... Well, they don't have anything to play for, both teams. But I do think they might want to almost end on a high and get the 3 points, and I don't think Cardiff are going to put up too much of a fight, so 2-0 Burnley.
2-0 Burnley. Okay, next up we go to Kenilworth Road, where we see Luton Town take on Hull City. Hull City have had a good season because, you know, they've stayed up and they've pushed on at times, and they've ruined quite a few teams' seasons. And last weekend they got a draw against Swansea, which knocked them out of the playoff race. So Hull City are just like the Grim Reaper, absolutely ruining teams' seasons. But there's no chance they're going to be able to ruin Luton Town's season here. Luton Town are finishing third no matter what happens in this game. And I feel like, once again, it could be a bit of a relaxed environment. Luton Town and Hull City both don't have so much to play for, so have a bit of fun. I think Luton Town's quality might just show. Luton 2, Hull City 1. Luton Town, I am making you my favourites in the playoffs.
Yeah, me too, actually, with that last statement. And I see them carrying on this momentum into the playoffs. I think they're going to get the 3 points. I don't think they're going to go all out, so I see it being a low-scoring game. But for me, the Hatters win 1-0. 1-0.
Okay, next up, so if this is an interesting one, we're going to Carrow Road. Now, we've spoken about how there's quite a few games where teams will be happy with how their seasons have been. I don't think Norwich City or Blackpool fans will be happy with how their seasons have been. Blackpool relegated, Norwich set to finish mid-table. Yeah. Honestly, really bizarre. Blackpool, they went down with a bit of a fight against Millwall. They kept them coming back into that game, but they did lose 3-2 in the end, whereas Norwich City seem to have just gone down without a fight this season. Not down relegated, but down the table, you know what I mean. I mean, 0-0 wouldn't be a surprise, but I feel like there could be a goal in this. Maybe like a defensive mistake from Norwich, and Blackpool might take three points down with them to League One. So Blackpool 1-0.
Oh, okay. No, I'm going to have to back the home team. I think at times Blackpool did put up a good fight, especially in that Millwall game. I thought, oh, come on. And I don't know if it's lack of quality. At times that's kind of ruined their season, but Yeah, I'm hoping they have a good season next year because I do quite like them. I liked the away day anyway, the 3 points especially. But Norwich, I feel like very, very disappointing season. So surely they've got to end on a high, and for me, they're going to. I'll say 2-0 win.
2-0, okay. Next up, we'll move down to West London, where Queen's Park Rangers take on Bristol City. Once again, Sophie, could be a bit of a good, relaxed environment, good atmosphere for QPR because they've stayed up. They've done really well in the last couple of weeks, and it's interesting. I remember a few QPR fans were disgruntled and not happy with Gareth Ainsworth. He's actually started to pull the results in now, and I wouldn't be surprised if QPR end on a win here, and I want him to stay. I want Gareth Ainsworth to stay, and I want to see what he could do at QPR next season. I think Bristol City will get a goal, but QPR to win because they've been ending the season quite well. 3-1.
Yeah, I don't think the QPR fans will want him to stay. They got the win last game, but it was not pretty. It's not attractive football to watch. When really QPR, when you think of them, you think they're a good, solid championship team that play good football, and they're kind of to be feared at times. At the moment, they're not really under Ainsworth. I do think they'll pick up another win. Do I see it being pretty? No, but I see them getting it just over the line again. So another scrappy 1-0 win.
Another scrappy 1-0.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Right, next up we go to Vicarage Road, a battle of two sort of mid-table sides, Watford and Stoke City. Watford very underwhelming this season, I must say. I am fairly happy with them taking some points off Sunderland last weekend, which has done us a favour in the playoff race. But very unpredictable, Watford. Definitely got that star quality to beat teams in this division, but don't seem to play particularly well as a team. Stoke City, meanwhile, they were doing so well, and then they just seem to be ending the season in a bit of a flat form. Do you know what, Sophie? It's the final day. Random things can happen. How about Stoke get another good win? 4-0.
No way. No way.
They're going to do it again.
It's not going to happen. Watford are probably going to win this. I think Stoke fans are very disappointed with their season, especially when you thought, oh my God, that run of form they had, could they sneak into the playoffs? And then they've just finished in poor form. Talking of poor form, Watford, very disappointing season again, similar to Norwich for me. But I feel like they're going to get the win. I'll say 3-1 Watford.
3-1 Watford.
Yeah.
I mean, I generally think both of those predictions could happen. It's the final day, anything can happen. Okay, next up we go to Wigan Athletic. They're obviously going down to League One, but they're not taking Rotherham with them. No. Fair play to Rotherham. Do you know what? I'm happy for Rotherham.
I am actually.
Well done, Rotherham.
Cycle, yeah.
No, honestly, I'm not trying to be patronising. Well done to Rotherham, and maybe they could push on and be a solid championship team for years to come. Up against Wigan Athletic, I think Rotherham are going to win this one. Both sides now have nothing to play for. Wigan are at home, so they might want to try and put a bit of a show on for their fans after a disappointing season. But I think Rotherham are just going to come and take 3 points and send Wigan down with a whimper. 2-0 to the Millers. Yeah,
as you say, got no loyalties to Rotherham, but it is nice to see a team kind of put that into that run of up, down, and they're staying up. So I'm actually happy for them. So I'm going to give them the 3 points as well. I'm going to say we can get a goal, but 2-1 to the Millers. 2-1 to the Millers, okay. Next up then we go to Huddersfield Town. After Huddersfield's result against Sheffield United, Reading are relegated. So we're not getting the grandstand finish in this game that would have been so tasty, but so nail-biting for Huddersfield fans. I think Huddersfield Town end with a win here. I'm going to go Huddersfield Town to win this one 1-0. Neil Warnock's doing a good job. Yeah, I actually agree with you. I'm going to have to back the home side here. I see it being a low-scoring game, but the Terriers get the win, 1-0. You go Terriers 1-0? Yeah. What about the job Neil Warnock's done? He's done a great job. Honestly, incredible. Survival was key, and he's done that. Next up then, there's 4 games involving the playoff race. Let's start with Swansea City taking on West Bromwich Albion. Now, Swansea City have been ending the season incredibly well, but they did leave it too late to get into the playoffs, and that draw against Hull City has knocked them out of the conversation. West Brom still have a chance. They beat Norwich City last weekend, and they need a few results to go their way. But what is quite straightforward is they need to win. And do you know what? Swansea could be a real problem here for West Brom. But I'm gonna go for West Brom to win. It might not be enough. It'll depend on other results. But I think with them having so much more to play for, they might be able to just squeeze out a win.
1-0 Baggies.
Oh, okay. I actually agree with the Baggies getting the win, but I do not see it being an easy game. As we've said, Swansea have finished the season well. Not as well as they would have hoped, just missing out on the playoffs, but still at one point didn't even think they were in the shout, so it's still a good season at the end of the day. I do think the Baggies have got enough fight in them to get it over the line, and I'm going to back them to win 2-1.
2-1 West Brom. Okay, time will tell if a win for West Brom will be enough. We'll move on to Deepdale. Once again, a team involved in the playoffs against a team that was a couple of weeks ago, but no more. Preston North End are at home to Sunderland. Sunderland need to win, and just like West Brom, they need results to go their way. They are in a stronger position than West Brom because of a better goal difference.
Yeah. Basically,
A Sunderland win and Millwall not winning, or Coventry losing and Sunderland get in there. So I don't think it's impossible. They're being followed by absolutely thousands of Sunderland fans for this one, and we're hoping Preston North End can do us a favour and stop them. But I don't know, I feel like Preston have lost a bit of fight over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They went down 4-1 at Bramall Lane, and I think Sunderland are going to get the win that they need. Once again, will it be enough? I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to go for Sunderland to win 2-0.
Yeah, I feel like it could be a little bit of a tighter game. But Preston, they haven't got anything to play for. Sunderland have everything to play for. So I do see the Black Cats doing it. 1-0.
1-0. Okay. This is a really interesting one, Sophie. We go to the Den, where Millwall take on Blackburn Rovers. This game is massive because if Blackburn can win and the results go their way, they can still get in.
Yeah.
But Millwall know that it's in their hands. If they win, they're in. A draw could be enough. A defeat won't be enough now. Now that Blackburn are only 2 points behind them, a defeat means Millwall can't make it. I'm expecting a big crowd at the Den. I think it's sold out. This is going to be interesting. It's all the whole season comes down to one game. It's just horrible, isn't it? Do you know what? I feel like because I've said I backed Mill to finish 6th since before the season, and I keep saying it, I think I've got to back them to do it now. Now that they're in 6th place with one game to go, I think Millwall are going to put these shaky results behind them, and after that good win against Blackpool, it's in their hands. Tom Bradshaw, some player.
Yeah, great player.
I'm going to go for Millwall to win 2-1.
Yeah, I'm actually going to back the same scoreline, but I see Blackburn going 1-0 up and then them throwing the game away, because Millwall have shown throughout most of the season, to be honest, that they have got the fight and they are where they deserve to be, and I think they're going to get it over the line. So 2-1 for me as well. 2-1.
Okay. Right, Sophie, last up, the game we are going to together, the Riverside, Middlesbrough versus Coventry. I've never been to Middlesbrough, by the way.
Morning, brother.
So, looking forward to this one. It's a big ground. Now, what we do know is if Coventry win this game, we finish 5th, and we'll be playing Middlesbrough again twice in the playoffs, because Middlesbrough finished 4th. Talking about Middlesbrough, Sophie, they are a very good team. They've had a very good season. Michael Carrick's done a fantastic job, and they've got the Championship Player of the Season in Akpom, who's scored like 100 goals. But their form, not convincing recently. They lost to Luton, they lost to Rotherham, but they're back on their home turf, and I just pray, Middlesbrough, please don't beat us, please. Because with the predictions I've gone for, I don't think Coventry are going to get the favours in the other results. So I think Coventry need to get the draw in this game. I don't know, I feel like Middlesbrough won't have that extra 10% like when you've got something to play for. I think Coventry City have been playing really well recently. We've only lost 1 in about 15. I think we're going to make it very nerve-wracking for our fans.
Yeah.
But I can see Coventry just about getting over the line with a 0-0 draw.
God,
we're going to do it.
So tense.
We're going to do it.
I've never celebrate a 0-0 so much.
Oh my gosh.
What I will say is I think Middlesbrough's style of play, if they continue how they've been playing most of the season, could benefit us, because we can then counter them, because they're very attacking. Issue is, most of their attacks end up in goals, so we need to be careful of that. I do see there being goals in this game. Obviously, I'm hoping we get the 3 points.
Well, 3 points wraps up 5th. A draw wraps up the top 6.
Exactly. I see us getting top 6 and it being a 1-1.
1-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be a tense game.
Put it there, Sophie.
Yeah. We're doing
got the playoffs to look forward to. Honestly, look out for that vlog on Monday, because I will be a bag of nerves going up to Middlesbrough, and hopefully Middlesbrough fans can join us in shaking hands on a draw and conspiring in Sunderland's downfall.
They won't want us to win.
We shall see. We shall see. Guys, once again, a massive thank you for your support through the season. Do make sure to stick around on the channel and watch the playoff predictions and what we've got to offer in the summer. Please do make sure that you have liked this video, and do make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me, Sophie.
Thank you.
Peace out.